Hi, I'm Phoebe.
I'm Adam.
And we are the couple behind In the Great Wide. Today we want to talk to you about the Skyride to Paradise Point in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
So the Skyride, for us, the Skyride to Paradise Point, was part of our Royal Caribbean excursion package that we did. That also included Drake's Seat and Magens Bay. Although you can buy individual tickets as well.
Yeah, if you just want to do the Skyride, you can totally do that.
Yeah. The Skyride itself takes you about 700 feet above Charlotte Amalie. Has
amazing views. Yeah, really amazing. So it's essentially a cable car ride, much like a ski lift, but it's enclosed. They also can be called gondolas. They're grouped in 3 cars together, and each car can carry a max of 8 people, according to the website. But I think when we went, it was more like 4 to 6 people per car.
Yeah, and I think that was more to do with the fact that COVID was still pretty strong at that time, so they were trying to limit the amount of space that they, amount of interaction between people.
Yeah, I think 8 people in one of those cars might get a little tight.
Yeah.
So I was thankful that they didn't squish us in there. Yeah.
So it takes about 7 minutes from the bottom to get up to the top of what they call Flag Hill, also known as Paradise Point. The cars don't stop. They essentially travel at about 6.5 miles an hour, but they're fixed and they just keep going up and down and up and down.
Just like a ski lift.
Yeah, they don't stop. Unless someone's having issues getting on.
They will stop them.
They will.
But
they're not expecting you, if you're 80, to just try to dive in and they're very kind about it. There's attendants at the top and bottom. So.
Yes. Yeah.
That did happen a couple times while we were going up and down, but it's minor, and then they start right away.
It's not a big deal. Yeah. So the cars are enclosed, but it's like a little box, right? And then the corners are open. Yeah. So when we were coming back down, there was a sudden, rainstorm, as there is in the Caribbean. That happens, but there was no way to escape it. So you just get wet.
Just got wet.
That's just how it is.
But it rained for maybe 2 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. We weren't soaked, but
it was our first time in the Caribbean, so it's one of those whenever it started raining on any island we were at, people, the natives, the locals were just whatever.
Yeah.
It'll rain for 5 minutes and then it's sunny for an hour and a half and everything gets dry again. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But at the top of Paradise Point, there is this amazingly beautiful patio that overlooks Charlotte Amalie. It's got a restaurant and a bar up there, plus a bunch of shops and stuff.
Yeah. We didn't bother going to the shops. We just went to sit down and have a drink.
Yes. The restaurant's open on most cruise days at 9 a.m. to accommodate cruise guests, 5 p.m. when the ships aren't docked at their 2 ports at Charlotte Amalie. The restaurant at the top is famous for its Bailey's Bushwhackers. It's a frozen drink,
right? Yeah.
Which we end up not getting, and I honestly,
I don't remember
why. But they've sold over 1 million of them apparently, and
it feels like we definitely should have had those while we were there, but we were exhausted when we were there because it was the first.
It was our first port
stop on our Caribbean cruise.
Yeah.
So we had stayed up very late drinking the night before on the cruise ship, and we just were not.
Yeah, we
weren't fully present.
It was
I think.
Totally perfect because it required almost no physical exertion on our part. There's a few stairs we had to go up maybe, but it was essentially take us there in a taxi, and then you take the lift up, and then you hang out, have some drinks. Yeah. We didn't get the frozen drinks. We ended up having what was called
some local beers.
Yeah, it was a Virgin Islands brand of Island Summer Ale from the St. John's Brewery, which is on St. John, different island. But it was good. I remember the beer being really good.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it. Just a lager, but typical lager. The really cool thing about it was that from the top at Paradise Point, we could actually see our cruise ship.
Yeah, it was cool. It was foggy when we first got up to the top, so it was kind of cool. We got to see the fog kind of roll out, and then we got to see our cruise ship across the way and all of the coastline of the bay, and it was so gorgeous. It was fantastic.
Yeah, seeing the fog roll off, and then that little bit of rain here and there caused so many amazingly gorgeous rainbows.
Yeah, it was
really cool.
It was this perfect whoosh.
Yeah.
The
patio was really busy. I mean, because there were 3 cruise ships that were docked between ours on the western side, and then the western part of Long Bay, and then the 2 over at the what's it called? Haven Site.
Yes.
At Haven
Which
Site.
is right at the base of Paradise Point, the gondola ride. Yeah.
It was busy, but there were still plenty of places to sit, and the wait staff came up to us almost immediately.
Yeah.
They do offer food, but it was early in the morning, and
Yeah.
we had no intention of eating at that point.
Yeah.
But there were people doing it.
Yeah, and it would be an amazing place to watch the sunset if you are going to be on the island, if you don't have to leave on a cruise ship like we did, it would be an amazing place to sit and watch the sunset for sure.
Highly recommend this for anyone going to St. Thomas, especially if it's your first time.
Yes.
In fact, I recommend going there first, just so you can see the amazing views, and then heading out to
Magens Bay. Magens Bay Beach is a beautiful beach, perfect for a relaxing beach day. But if you want to hear more about the Skyride, head to the link in the description below, and you can read our full blog article on our website.
And we'll have lots more to review from all of our amazing, wonderful vacations.
Yeah, especially the Caribbean cruise. We did so much. Thanks for watching.